Hey guys, I know it's early. I just went live. Nobody's here yet. I'm getting me something to eat right quick. And I don't know how you guys gonna hear me. In fact, let me walk over here so I can say what I gotta say. 'Cause I know it's loud. I don't know how well y'all hear me. How well do y'all hear me? It's a lot of no. I know it's loudy. Loud. Loudy. What's up, y'all? What's good, man? Let me say this, man. Let me say this. Me insinuating that Tariq is an agent not look, man. First of all, what is an agent? Let's kind of go into that for a second. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I just had one brother come in and make a couple of comments, and so I felt like I just go live and address them. What is an agent? First of all, because I hear people say that in the term. I'm not clear on that. You know what I'm saying? So for me for using a word that I guess people haven't really clear. I'm not 100% clear on. Sometimes we all are guilty of that. We use it based on the context clues of the sentences that we see other people use them in. I don't know what the hell Tariq is. Okay, is he an agent? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck an agent technically is because in my mind, when I hear the word agent, I think CIA operative type shit. I think we want you to do something to control a certain segment of the population. Could I see him being that? Yes, I can see him. It's called controlled opposition. For me to just sit and say that Tariq is an agent, if I were to allude to him being an agent, I don't think that's far fetched, people. I don't think it's far fetched if I were to say Tariq is an agent because clearly he has a lot of people, a lot of black men, especially that are fanboys of his. That's why the name of this video is Media Creates Fans. You know what I'm saying? That exactly. The fact that he won't mention small hats is a little bit suspicious to me. That's all I said. And the person heard me say that. Surely the brother heard me say that. He said, Tariq ain't no agent. I seen him go in on gays. He went in on Ed Buck. I'm like, yeah, but look at how you go. It's a controlled way he went in on Ed Buck. It ain't like he went in on Ed Buck and started the Kabbalah and the mysticism and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I was saying. Because if you see somebody that's really getting into it and really going, pay attention to a lot of these people when they say LGBT. They don't say, they ain't really, that's why I say he didn't go in. Because to me, it ain't nowhere in hell you can go in on LGBT and not talk about the Kabbalah and mysticism and pedophiles and all that pedophilia. Does he mention pedophilia? Yeah, but is he mentioning what system, a belief system that even comes from and why they think the way they think when it comes to that? Because if you're gonna go in on that, go ahead and tell the truth and say what's real and tell people what's real with this stuff, man. There's no way in hell you could be for or against some of this pedophilia, nasty shit that you see these people out here pushing on the community and on society, and not call that shit out. I ain't never seen him call that shit out like you supposed to. The person in the room that no one will speak against is the one with all the power. Too real. You keeping it too real today. You know what I'm saying? When I saw the name of this shit, I thought you was going to talk about LeBron James. No, I mean, in a sense, technically, LeBron ain't really out here. He on some woke country stuff too in times, but I don't say too much about LeBron. Like I just ain't a fan of his basketball. Off the court, I think he's done a lot of things in a lot of instances that I'm cool with. I think he's a great father. I love to see. I'm gonna be at my game screaming and bouncing up and down. If he play basketball, he go through the lane and dunk on somebody. I'm gonna cut the damn food. And I'm gonna be running all up and down the sideline, screaming, losing my voice. You damn right. I love to see that black man do that. That's what I like about LeBron, the type of father he is. I respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? Even though he never saw it modeled himself. Now, when I see him on the basketball court, that's a different thing because I see bitch in his game. That's different. That's all. I just say he a coward when it comes to competitiveness. But when it comes to him being a father, I think he's a good father. You know. But like I say, when it comes to Tariq, and the reason the next video is Media Creates Fans, or should I say fanboys, is because I specifically sat here and said that Tariq does not go in on the small hats. That was the main gist of it. And I'm sure everybody saw that just a couple of hours ago when I was streaming. You guys knew what I was talking about. I wasn't saying that Tariq has never said anything about the LGBT community. He do go in on them. Okay. But to me, if you're going to really go in, go in. Tell the truth. Say it for real. Don't bullshit. Don't pussyfoot with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here like Lovely T said, pussy popping. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and go real. Yeah, man, really, man. All that stuff stems from this, and this. This is part of this system, and this is why they believe this because this, that. And when I see that, that's when I say, okay, that's somebody that's really telling the truth. Any other time he lays out all types of systematic white supremacy in this, and he's very thorough when he talks about other shit in the past and in history. So I find it interesting. Yeah, small hats is that's exactly what I mean. But I find it very interesting that people, when they say stuff, they don't say that. I wasn't trying to be afraid to say. I know what the fuck I was saying. I knew who I was talking about. I knew what I was talking about. I knew what I was saying. And look, yeah, hear about that bag, and it is what it is. But I'm sorry, when your wife and your mother-in-law and your children are that, or basically small hats, then it is what it is. And then you see, like, wait a minute, this nigga, he's scared to say. And then I noticed it first. The first person that brought it to my attention was Tommy. And everybody got all the fanboys. Let me tell you something. Just because you just went to see Hidden Colors 5 and you feeling this brother, and oh man, I just watched Hidden Colors. That's what it is, man. Cats seen Hidden Colors, so now they attacking me for just pointing out shit that's obvious. I can still go watch Hidden Colors. It ain't gonna make me a fanboy. I'm gonna still be able to look at it and say, okay, this may have been or may not have been good entertainment. You know, and that's the thing. Black men, we will become a fan of a person and defend their ass to the bloody end. Like we just will. Like they do with LeBron James. I've seen people make all kind of excuses for LeBron. When LeBron tried to recruit Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, he wanted all these dudes on the same team. And when I say, man, this dude don't want to compete, I'm a hater. Like, you know, think about it. Look at how quick somebody is to call you a hater when you talk about LeBron James and point out the obvious in what I just said. Because what I just said was an obvious thing that you could say, man, yeah, man, that's kind of fucked up, man. He shouldn't have did this. He shouldn't have did that. If I point that shit out and it's obvious like that, why would you even have a problem with it? I'm going to tell you why. Because you're a fan. You're a fanboy, which means you can't look at shit for what it is. Tariq is scared to call out. I ain't going to say scared. I've never seen him call out small hats, ever. Me saying that doesn't mean I'm a hater. I ain't making no documentaries. I don't want to do what he do. I'm not a hater. I don't hate Tariq. I'm just telling you what's real. What I see, the hypocrisy I see when I see you trying to say LGBT, but then you don't want to look at anybody that say something about LGBT and don't really talk about the Kabbalah and all that shit, and you see all this gay shit these people preaching out here, and that's part of their spiritual mysticism and stuff, and you don't want to talk about that shit, then I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats is cowards out here in the basketball game. If someone wants to talk about the root cause of the situation, 1, they scared. 2, they're paid. 3, what was it? A disinformation agent. Yeah, off the top. I was a debate about LeBron being great, the GOAT, and I was like, no, Michael Jordan. I mean, look, I'm not even, look, it's not that I'm a big, I grew up a Michael Jordan fan. I did. I would say Jordan's the GOAT, not because of what I think of him as a person. I say Jordan the GOAT because of what he did on the court. LeBron just set up here. They couldn't even make the fucking playoffs. You got 2 guys on your team averaging 20 points a game to make the playoffs. Y'all don't see that as a problem? Because the guy that was the best defender on the team, who wasn't the best player, but he was the best defender in Ball, whatever his name was, got hurt. Not Lonzo. Lonzo Ball got hurt. And next thing you know, when Lonzo Ball get hurt, you can't put Lonzo on the other team's best player. Been doing for the last 10 years was letting Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith lock down on the other team guy and try to make their night hard while he relax and check, you know, Draymond Green or some shit. Like, come on, man. That's not a real competitor. Say what you will about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard went and checked the Greek Freak. He went one-on-one and say, and the game got tight in the series against the Bucks. He's like, I got it. That's a killer. That's the best player on the planet. That's what the best player on the planet will do. I don't believe that shit 1 second. Kobe stepped up to the challenge on many a nights. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But yeah, Jordan is what it is, man. Jordan never had a 3-game losing streak for like damn near 15 years. Jordan went from like 1990 all the way to 98 without losing 3 games in a row. Like, you got people right now that ain't done that shit on Golden State. Golden State ain't done that with all that firepower. You know what I'm saying? Jordan was and it was many nights where they was about to lose and Jordan said, hell no, we ain't losing this game. And they'll win by 2 and 3 points. Jordan did it plenty of times. I ain't getting on here to talk about basketball. The point I was trying to make, calling out carrying a load. No, I'm not calling out LeBron carrying the load. I don't think he can carry the load, but that's another video. The point I was really making was people tend to be fanboys of Tariq and be upset and offended because I said Tariq may be, it may be something suspicious going on with Tariq because I've never seen him call out small hats ever. Either he's like she said, either he's scared, either he's what did she say? Scared, they paid him off, or he's an agent. If they paying him off, he's probably an agent off the top. If you're receiving money from people, you're probably an agent. And if I were a CIA operative guy who wanted to work in the CIA and wanted to do some shit in the black community, guess who I would go to? Who would you want to go to? Who would you want to go to if you want to affect change in the black community right now? You can't go to Al Sharpton. Who would you go to? You can't. I wouldn't go to I would go to Tariq. That's who I would go to. That's who I would go to first. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Quiet as kept. I don't think black pastors, black men right now ain't in the church like that. So I wouldn't say the black pastor. Anything the black pastor say, the black men gonna be against half the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Black pastors going and meeting with Trump. Everybody cussing them out and dogging them out for meeting with Trump. So I wouldn't say black pastors. I would say Tariq Nasheed. If you want to make substantive, tangible changes in the black community right now, the person I would go to is a Tariq Nasheed. He would be the easiest guy to infiltrate. As far as going to a guy, I'm coming. He would be the guy that I would go to. You know what I'm saying? Because I see so much that he can affect. Because Jason Black, Tariq said Jason Black could come out with it. Jason Black will be on Tariq's side. I hate to say it because Jason Black don't want to just make waves on a lot of. I don't think that's one person I don't think Jason would even make a video going after. He didn't make a video when Umar Johnson was on that fuck shit for a long time. I don't know if he ever made a video about Umar Johnson on some of the he was doing. I think he did eventually, but Umar had to do a lot of shit. Like when Umar first fucked up and was doing all that crazy shit, Umar he wasn't saying shit about Umar. I was like, damn, this nigga ain't got nothing to say about Umar. Umar ass out here acting a damn fool. He had nothing to say. So I'm sorry. I think guy that if you want to go, you want to go into the black community and make some real change. Yeah, I think the country community got a lot of them right now. I think they would if there was. I don't know if it's even a real person. Because I made the point. The other guy was like, well, white people are afraid of black people. Let me say something. I'm the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I'm looking at my competitors in the market. Who's gonna run me out of business? Would I fear a fucking black man? Like, as much as I talk shit, I think I'm an okay guy. I think I'm not stupid or anything. I don't think some white guy who owns a bunch of shopping centers is worried about my black ass. Even though I want to own shopping centers in restaurants and shit in apartment complexes. When he thinks of his competition, does he think of my black ass? You know what I'm saying? Hell no. He ain't worried about me. He ain't even worried about. I don't even like that phraseology, conscious. I don't even like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me put it like this. I don't think that one guy made the point, well, yeah, man, I mean, they worried about us. That's why they got it all designed. They not worried about us because they got it set up like that. They not worried. Let me tell you when they was worried about black folks. This when you might have a point where they had to take guns and torches and come burn our shit down. When was the last time they did that? Huh? Somebody tell me, when was the last time they took some guns and torches, went into a black community and burned that shit down and stole and used eminent domain to take their land? Probably when they had sundown town, when the church was strong, when the black man was in his house married with his children, raising families. That's when you probably would be worried about a black man right now. Black community being your competitor. That's when they were. Last time I remember exactly, before integration was when they was worried about our ass. Once they integrated, they got us so confused right now. We think about it, they got us so confused. We'll be against integration and then bitch and complain because people think about it. We bitch and complain because people that own businesses aren't giving us jobs or aren't giving us shit. Of course, they not supposed to. Why would I empower you to compete with my grandchildren? You got to understand, see, in politically, economically, we so fucking stupid and ignorant economically and politically. We think that we're going to empower ourselves while bitching. Think about it. We'll be mad at the white man and want to take his money and use his money to empower us. And while we telling him he ain't shit to his face. Like, that's the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. We'll do some shit like that. Let me tell you what somebody told me last night. Somebody told me they was at a party with some Indians, with an Indian dude, right? Say all of them got drunk and they got on the subject of the black community. And this Indian started telling what they really think of us. And let me tell you something. That Indian said, your men are weak cowards. I shit you not, this is what he said. He said, our men are weak cowards. Our women run our communities. He said that we're very immoral. This is what he said. He said we're very immoral. We don't have any morals. Now, of course, the audacity of this motherfucker to come over here. You already know where I stand with that shit. Like, bitch, you a foreigner. Shut the fuck up. You better be glad you over here. We the reason you here, right? But he said a lot of shit that we gotta at least own up and accept as true. So why would you fear somebody whose community is ran by women? Like, no, I don't think white people fear the black man in any respect right now. They don't fear you. These got motherfuckers out here don't even want to raise their kids and don't have no guilt about it. Have children with a woman and figure out a way where you don't have to pay a dime to help raise your child. And you call that moral and you think that's good. You see what I'm saying? It's on YouTube. You got brothers out here right now don't even want to raise their children. Don't want to be there to help. So why would he fear that child when he gets up some age? Why would he fear him? Shit, what he gonna do? If he fear him for real, he'll and get off. Look at the dude that Daniel Pentalio raised $100,000 in a day. Why the fuck they scared of us? Daniel Pentalio killed Eric Garner on film in front of everybody. Innocent man. That man said he couldn't breathe. He kept holding him, choked him, and sat there and choked that man and killed him. Why would you fear somebody? What the fuck do they got to be scared of black folks for? Black folks, we got to stop, with this conscious thinking that we so powerful and shit. Like, no, the fuck, we ain't powerful. We not. Man, we powerful. You'll be powerful if you raise your children and organize. You could be powerful. Yeah, I'll agree with that. But we're not, because we aren't. And because when I try to make points in videos and say, hey, man, this guy's scared to call out the Jews, people are fanboys of people. Think about it. Tariq, because I said, man, Tariq is being hypocritical. I said, not hypocritical. I'm not even going to say hypocritical. I said, Tariq is changing his tune. I said, he's starting. I got my ass out here at Dave & Buster's for lunch, but we going there eat my food. But I said, man, I think it's hypocritical, or should I say ironic, that he's changing his tune with this protest shit, because it's now being aligned with the Me Too movement. And he said he was against that shit. And I said, yep, that's how that shit worked. You know what I'm saying? And when I said that, he was like, man, the dude came in the comment section, well, Tariq, you don't watch Tariq. Tariq said this, and you don't know what you're talking about, basically. Like, he was upset because we fans. Exactly. I know you funny, Redoubt. Black people will be powerful once they meditate and go in the astral projection realm and visit the ancestors. Yeah, that's about right. We got to vibrate on the right frequency. That's the problem. We ain't vibrating on the right frequency of the pyramids. And see, that's why the black man is not risen up and realize that he's the creator and he created everything. And I'm like, well, damn, if the black man is as great as he says he is, as they tell us we are, why the fuck we getting ran by lesser people? Somebody answer that for me right quick. Why are lesser people conquering our ass? People that can't physically handle us. Because I ain't gonna lie, we the greatest physical specimens on the planet. I mean, and quite frankly, I believe we probably the smartest. To be honest with you, I don't believe it's the Jews. I don't believe that the small hats are the most intelligent people on the planet. I don't. I think we are. And you see it when we come to America. Every time we come to America, we outperform everybody. So why is it, if given this type of intelligence, I think we lack practical intelligence. I think that's what we lack. I think we're overly emotional. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the problem. We are too emotional. That's it right there, too real. You said it right. We were, though. We were, and that's what we were. The last time the black community made any real unified. I'm from Montgomery, dog. Like, I ought to have a video where I talked to my uncle who was there. And he could tell me what it was like as a teenager sitting there watching all these black men who were fathers and husbands and pastors all sitting together, unifying and doing what they had to do in Montgomery. I've heard the stories because I asked questions. Once I got older and realized what the hell they had done and how great that was that they started the civil rights movement, I said, man, what was it like? Why did y'all organize like that? What made y'all organize to that point where you can get a whole city of people to do one thing like that? How could you do that? What happened? What was the mindset? Everybody had the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's so woke and conscious, and everybody's so much fanboys of certain individuals now that they'll keep you these people will have you a fan and following a movement where you don't have any goal. Because even Tariq said yesterday, this shit is not going anywhere. I'm like, what? Did Tariq just say that the protests ain't going nowhere? I'm like, thank you. I'm a coon just literally a couple of days prior for saying I'm losing subscribers, but he says his channel's still growing because it's a double standard. Just like when Gibbs said 3,000 say he didn't want to rap no more because people didn't respect 3,000 say I sold the same amount of CDs and did the same thing as everybody else did, but we don't get the same respect as everybody else do. So you say he don't want to do it no more. It's a double standard. When you look at this hip hop game right now, not hip hop, the way things are in the community right now, politically in the black community, the way it is structured right now, man, black folks ain't getting no respect. But black people give respect to people because of who they are, they status. We're very respectful of status. Who do we like? Who's the most popular? You know what I'm saying? We look at that shit. We do. Who's in? Who's everybody listening to? Who are they following? Who's the real, leader per se? That's the guy who they listen to. Colin Kaepernick was the end guy. Now Tariq starting to turn. I'm waiting now. If Tariq said what he said last week, I'm gonna see what everybody else say. When I see Jason Black make a video and say some shit like that, I'm gonna know then the jig is up. Everybody's starting to realize that Colin Kaepernick shit was just a bunch of grandstanding. Right? Who got the juice? Where's the close community that's ran by the Most High? Where is it? Want to visit it? I honestly don't think we are. I'm talking about our community. I don't really focus on other communities. I think where the church was most effective was when we were. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what you saw it in our community. And I think economically we were on the come up. I think what happened is integration kind of ruined all that. Then they gave women feminism, and then they got rid of the church. That's the order it went in. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a shell of itself. You know what I'm saying? I would love to switch generations and take us, the generations from the 1930s, and put them in today In our generation, you know what? We'd be done fucked everything up back then. But we probably wouldn't have been able to because shit would have been that segregated. So we would have had to wake up. I think there's a lot of pain that's coming our way eventually. You know what I'm saying? The first martial artist was a light-skinned black man. Okay. They don't want rules, so they just so against Christianity. They want to make up their own more. Yeah, they do. They do. People want to just pick what they want to choose. You know what? I want to believe in reincarnation. I want to pick on this. I want to be able to smoke my weed. So weed from the earth. So I'm gonna do that. Then I want to be able to do this and do that. I want to do this and do that. I like polygamy, so I'm gonna join this colony over here so I can fuck as many women as I can. And then that's how we do. That's how we do. We pick what we want. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I don't even think, honestly, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the conscious stuff is actually serving the purpose of small hats. That's really what I'm trying to say. I was saying that earlier. I think a lot of this conscious stuff, and you like, man, where you get that from? Okay. This is how I know. If you look at, first of all, with Tariq and how he's afraid. Tariq ain't, one thing about Tariq, the way he is about other subjects, why wouldn't he go in on that subject and really go deep into it like that? Why wouldn't he? You know what I'm saying? I seen him, I bought a couple of his paid podcasts a couple of times. He would go in, but it would just say Illuminati. He wouldn't go all the way with it and say, wait a minute, he'll say Illuminati or, you know, secret societies. He'll say that, but he won't just go out and say what's real and say all the way with it. So the thing is, when you go into, the reason I believe that a lot of the conscious community is a psyop in the black community, I think because I just see a lot of where that whole stuff comes from is new ageism. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and listen to David Icke, go listen to a lot of these white new age people, practitioners, these new age, these people that worship crystals, them people, listen to what they say. Then tell me that ain't the same thing that these conscious folks be saying. Same exact wordage, verbiage. Well, they got it from us. Okay, whatever. Okay. Whatever you want to believe. I'm just telling you that a lot of that new age stuff, it comes straight from them people. Straight from, and a lot of that stuff is people that are outright, Madame Blavatsky. These people are I forget the other guy, the bald head guy, the Church of Satan guy, him. A lot of the stuff that these people said, Albert Pike, listen to what these people say, then listen to the conscious stuff they say. It's the same thing. I'm just calling it out. It's saying, man, a lot of that stuff these people saying is the same thing that this conscious people be saying. Same community, same stuff they say, man. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think black women should stop going to church. Nope, I don't. I think you should be wiser and study your scriptures for yourself. If you ain't gonna read your Bible, then you probably, you really just, you know, if a pastor can set up and just say some of the stuff, if I see people say some of the stuff they say, and you don't know the Bible yourself to be able to say, bro, that ain't even, where you get that from, bro? That ain't what's up. No, I don't believe that. If you can't identify right and wrong yourself and be able to sift the scriptures for yourself, to have discernment of spirits and know what a cat is saying is unbiblical, then you're really wasting your time. So that part of it is really damaging to the black community because we don't study. But then we don't study our homework. They ain't sure anything. I know the discipline that it takes to study even when you're a believer. So I can imagine somebody that's not a believer that's trying to say the Bible says this. They'll misquote something, use it out of context. You're like, no, that ain't what it's saying, brother. This is it. Nah, brother, nah. They'll argue with you. So when it's all said and done, when it comes to the church, I think the church has a place. I just think that if you ain't gonna study, you're really making a mockery of it. I would advise you guys to study for yourself first and apply it to your life first. Then you go to church, and in that application, when you get in church, you'll be able to identify stuff. You'll also be strong enough to understand, man, everybody, church is a hospital. Some people ain't gonna be right. It is what it is. It's gonna be people that ain't right. I'm not saying that, but it's like that in any community that you go to. Shoot, Africa Bambaataa been out here, you know, sucking on little boys' dicks for the last 30, 40 years, and the rappers knew about it. Nothing. The same country's rappers that's talking about knowledge itself ain't been saying nothing. KRS-One out here, I had a lot of respect for KRS-One until I saw him co-signing Africa Bambaataa after all that mess we found out about this man. I had been sucking on little boys and stuff. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even go there. But let me go, man. What? The Great Street Crips publicly linked with the KKK? No, I didn't know that. I did not know that, Jonathan Phillips. Yep, most black people hadn't read 10 pages of the Bible. Exactly. When I hear people say stuff like, well, you know, they done remixed it and they done this and done that. I'm like, bro, you do know you can take a concordance and get all the original Greek and Hebrew and look any word up you want to, and koinonia, fellowship. How you think I know what koinonia means? How do I know what diadasko means? I know these words because I looked it up myself. So when somebody tells me about the Great Commission, Matthew 28, I can look at it, 19 through 20. I can sit there and tell you what it says, what the Greek words were, the original words that were said. I can tell you lama sabachthani, what that really, Father, why have you forsaken me? You got to be able to look stuff up yourself so you can get the understanding yourself. So when somebody come and tell me, hey man, this parachurch ministry that I used to work with called Campus Outreach out of Birmingham, I used to work with them, and they used to tell me certain things, but like, I don't believe that. Why? I took them to the scriptures and showed them. They couldn't do nothing but respect it. Well, I disagree, but I see why what you're saying is biblically based off scripture. Yeah, you disagree because you're on staff with them. You can't just quit. You're not gonna quit your job. You're on staff with these people, but that's not biblical. You know what I'm saying? And you can prove it. Prove something scripturally. You know what I'm saying? They say, do you know that people from the Jamaica and from the Caribbean areas back around the late 1800s after the slaves were free, and a lot of those people were freed and they started coming, black pastors were coming from the Caribbean areas, and a lot of the pastors, the black people, we weren't read. A lot of us weren't real deep learned because had been slaves. So a lot of those people literally say they had to dumb down their teachings. And a lot of white pastors came in and were teaching, and they appealed to people's emotions. The style of preaching that you see today in the black church, a lot of that stuff comes from a certain era in time. It wasn't always like that. We were very knowledge-based. This is why I talk about church history, because we were very knowledge-based. We weren't about emotion and just coming to church screaming and that wasn't what it was about, especially when you had a lot of men in these churches. Y'all know how we are. Men ain't finna be sitting up there, okay, that was a great song. Now, you go to church now, if a cat can sing real good, because ain't that many brothers in there. Because brothers we want something with our minds to be stimulated. We want to learn. Women are emotional. So it's a certain way, and it's a balance of a yin and a yang type. I don't knock women for being emotional. You know what I'm saying? It's a yin and a yang. Let me go, man. I got to go eat, man. My food in there getting cold, man. Y'all stay up, man.